Hello everyone, my name is Rohit. I am an Android developer here at Paraguide Technologies, and today we are going to create a video on Android navigation drawer. Android navigation drawer is a tool which allows us to select one of the many fragments to be loaded into the central area. Okay, so we can open this navigation drawer either by uh, swiping from left to right, or by clicking on the home icon or app icon on the top left corner. Okay, so this is what we are going to create. When I click on fragment 1, the fragment 1 is going to be loaded in the main container of our activity, and likewise others fragment 2. So this is what we are going to create. So let's get started with the code. And so this is our main activity, and this is the layout of our main activity. Okay, so what we have in the this layout is the root element of our main activity is a drawer layout. Okay, and a drawer layout has two child elements. That is, the first is a linear layout, which represents the actual content of our activity, and the second child represent the drawer, the layout for the drawer view. Okay, so the first element must be the main content, and the second element must be the drawer. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. This is our main container, and this hidden portion on the left is actually our drawer, that is a list view. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. First we are going to need all the elements. So first is a list view, that is drawer view. Another is our drawer layout. Okay, we are also going to need a list to be populated in the drawer layout. So let's create a list view. Let's create an array list. Sorry. We are going to call it as drawer list. And that's pretty much it. And next thing we are going to do is initiate those views. So we are going to I am going to write a method, that is init views. Sorry. In this init view method, we are going to get references to our layout elements. So equal to r.id.left drawer, which is our list view. Then another one is our drawer layout. And these are the view we are going to need. So let's call this method from our onCreate. Next thing we are going to need is populate this array list. So we will create one more method, that is private void create list. In this method we will populate our array list. And we are going to add some elements to our array list, that is fragment 1, and I may just copy paste it. Fragment 2, 3 and 4. So let's call this method from our onCreate method, that is create list. The next important thing will be to set an adapter to our list view. So we are just having the string value, so we may just use the array adapter. So let's create one array adapter. Okay. So first argument for the array adapter is the reference to the current activity. The next will be the list item, layout list item. Okay, so Android by default provides a default list item. We may just use that. Simple list item 1. Okay. The next item will be the ID of the text, the integer value ID of the actual text view inside this list item. So this ID for this list item is android dot r dot id dot text 1, and next thing is our list, that is our drawer list. This is the list of the text value of our fragments. Okay, so our adapter is ready. So let's set this adapter to our list view. So adapter, we have just set the adapter. We also have to implement the on item click listener. Okay, so let's create this click listener. Okay, so we are going to create an inner class that would act as a item click listener. Okay, so we'll call it drawer item click listener. So this implements on item click listener so just implement this method on item click method. Let's call this int I as a position, and we will be ready to go. Okay, so let's set this adapter to our list view. We just set the adapter, sorry, set on item click listener, new drawer item click listener. Okay, we are also going to need to look for the drawer open and drawer close events. So for this we have a very nice class called ActionBarOut. So we are going to create object of this class. Okay, so let's assign a value mDrawer toggle equal to new action bar drawer toggle. So you can see these are the parameters for the action bar drawer toggle. First is the reference to our activity, we may just call it this, and then we have a drawer layout. So drawer layout. The next thing is a string value that represents open state of our drawer. So string dot drawer open. Next will be the string resource that represents the closed state of our drawer. So r dot string dot drawer close. And that's pretty much it. And inside this we have two overriding methods that are on drawer open and on drawer closed. On drawer open, so we on drawer opened and on drawer closed events, we may need to use this in our code, in our application further, but right now we are just going to call a simple method, that is invalidate options, invalidate, invalidate options menu. Okay, so we have a drawer toggle ready. So one thing we also need is to open and close the drawer with the app icon. Okay, so to do that, what we are going to do is we are going to use same class, that is mDrawerToggle, and first we will disable the by default indicator of the drawer toggle with method set drawer indicator enabled false. And next thing we are going to do is provide our own drawable for the as a home indicator. So mDrawerToggle dot set home as up indicator, and our own drawable for the drawer. So after this we are going to set a drawer listener, and mDrawerToggle dot set sorry, we have to call this method on mDrawerLayout set drawer listener, and our drawer listener will be our mDrawerToggle, that is our action bar drawer toggle. And next thing we are going to do is to enable the home button, we are going to use these two lines of code: get support action bar dot set display home as up enabled true, and get support action bar dot set home button enabled true. Okay, so on click of this so we just set the we have just set the home button as a drawer icon, but we need to handle the click event of this home button. So we handle the click event of the home button inside on options item selected method. This overridden methods of activity class. So let me just override it on options item selected method. Okay, so in this method what we are going to do is get ID of the item, and then we are going to compare this ID with if ID equals android.r.id.home. This is the by default ID of the home button in the activity. So here what we are going to do is to toggle the state of the drawer. So in this we are going to add one more if statement, that drawer layout.is drawer visible and this accepts gravity compact dot start. So if our drawer is visible, we are going to close the drawer. And again it accepts the same gravity. As our drawer comes from the left, the gravity would be by default to start. Else we are going to open our drawer. Gravity compact dot start. And you may have to return a value true. Sorry. Okay. So we have our drawer ready. Okay. So one thing remaining is we need to handle the click event on the list item. Okay. So we will create one method that is select item. So what select item method would do is load the fragment inside the main container of the activity. So let me just write this method. This method would accept the position and inside this method we are going to need a fragment and a string value, that is a title of our fragment. So inside the select item method we will write one switch statement, switch on position. Inside we will write case 0 break, case 1 break, case 2 and break, case 3 and break. As we are having 4 fragments, so that would be it. You may just add one default value and break. Okay, so what we are going to do, if it's a 0, we will load the first fragment. Okay, so we are going to assign fragment equal to new fragment 1 and title will be the same fragment 1. So same code we are going to repeat. We will just change the fragments. sorry, fragment 2, fragment 3, fragment 4, and by default we may just have fragment 1 loaded. Okay, and next thing we are going to do is load the actual fragment. So for that we are going to need object of fragment transaction. So fragment transaction equals get support fragment manager dot begin transaction, and next thing is transaction dot replace. We are going to replace our container dot that is our frame layout, content frame, with the fragment we just assigned on the top, and commit. And we will also set the title of our action bar. So let's support action bar dot set title. That would be the title. Okay, and we will close the drawer. After selecting the item, we will close the drawer. So drawer layout dot close drawer. It can also so close drawer also accepts the view, that is drawer view, that is a list view in our case. So we may just provide drawer list view. Okay, so let's just check our code one more time. What we did is we initiated the view, we created the list, we populated inside the drawer, then we created the array adapter. Okay, and then we set the adapter, then we added the on item click listener, and I think we just forgot to call this select item method. Select item and position. Okay, so we added a drawer item click listener, and from the drawer item click listener we are adding fragments to our container, and we also have action bar drawer toggle. Inside these methods, we on drawer open and on drawer close method, we may execute our own code based on our own business logic. Okay, so okay, so let's just run this. Let's just run this once. Okay, So here we have our draw already. So if I click on fragment 1, I have fragment 1 loaded in the container view. If I click on fragment 3, I have fragment 3 loaded in the container view. Okay. Okay, I think we forgot to load fragment 4. So 1 2 3 4. Okay, so let's just run it one more time, and so our activity is restarted. So this was our video on Android navigation drawer. So hope you enjoyed it. So please subscribe to our Paraguide YouTube channel. So thank you very much.